Good morning, guys, and welcome to Slee's Makeup Room. And today I've done my brows off camera, as you can see already, so that we can jump right straight onto the look that I want to do today. If you check most of my pictures, I like doing like a purple thing, shimmering thing on my eye. I really love purple, shades of purples, and I realized that in my Morphe palette, which I'll check the code for you. You know, the purples are the ones that I use the most. So today I decided to do a look with that purple. I just got inspired. I just looked. So sometimes you wake up and you're like, okay, so what look do I have to do today? Unless if I am going to a specific event or I know that later during the day I'm going to go somewhere, then I do a specific look that is relevant from day to evening. Yeah. So sometimes, knowing me, I can do like literally a night look during the day. And what I mean by that is that I would do a very hectic, do a lot of glitter in my eyes and the works. So yeah, that's just how I like it. So today I'm just gonna jump right onto my eye or my eyeshadow tutorial. I'm gonna do the whole face and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to use this NC45 concealer by MAC, and this brush by MAC as well. It's a 212 brush, and I'm going to use this product to prime my eyelids, and this just helps to reduce. I'm just gonna reduce the volume before I am asked about the rights to this song. So I'm just priming my eyelids, and this just helps to avoid creasing on your eyes. So I just apply a generous amount of it on the eyelid. So I've got a mirror right in front of me, so when you see me looking down, I'm actually looking at what I'm doing. And when I look up, I'm just trying to see what you guys are looking at. Please excuse me for the background noise. It's the washing machine. And once that is done, sometimes I like putting powder over it so that it's easier for me to blend my colors. But sometimes I just jump right onto the product that I'm going to be using. And I've always seen that if I only use the concealer, then the color pops out more than if I have used, if I've applied powder over it. But I'm going to apply just a little bit of it, not too much, because that also helps to avoid creasing. So I'm just patting it with my face powder, and once that is done, I'm going to jump right onto the makeup. I'm going to be using this brush by MAC. It's a wrong brush. Yes, this is a 217 brush by MAC as well. So these are blending brushes, and this is how they look like. So yeah, I'm going to be using that. And I did say I will let you know what this palette is because the code has rubbed off. So, but yeah, I will link it down below on what color it is. So I'm going to start with like this lighter shade of purple that's right there. And I will raise my eye now and then so that I can get the product right here. So I'm using this. This is like my transition color. And I'm going a third of my eye. And once I've done that, I always like coming to the other eye. So these days I'm having like a lot of irritation on my nose right here. So I've got sinuses, so that might be the case. So I'm no longer adding product. I just turned my brush. I'm trying to blend the eyeshadow so that it does not show any harsh lines. And then I'm just depositing the little product that is left down the eye. Once that is done, I'm going to take another brush, and it is another blending brush, but this one is just thinner and it does not have a coat because yeah, it doesn't have a coat. It's just one of those that you get from stores. So I'm just adding another darker purple, which is this one down here. See, like they're getting finished, and those are the only colors that I actually use. And I'm actually just putting it on the, I don't know what you call this, but right here on the edge of the eye. I've got like a slight headache. I don't know why. So every time when I do my eye, I just kind of raise it up just so that I can be able to put the product there. And I also have a very big eyeball, so I gotta make sure that the product is everywhere or right where I want it. So the trick here with eyeshadows is to blend, especially if you've got like a transition color and so just keep blending just so it doesn't show any harsh lines. And I'm going to take the brush I used previously just to drag a bit of product here. And I'm not going to use like a lot of colors just so that I do not complicate this for you guys. So I'm going to be using this color or this eyeshadow by MAC as well. It's called Expensive Pink. And I'm just putting a spray on the lid because I like to, especially with my shimmer colors, I just wet my brush so that the look is more intense or the color pigments more than what it would if it was not, if I had not put fixed spray. Sometimes when I'm almost running out, I just use water. So yeah, so I've just wet my brush with that spray and I've put the product on my brush, and I'm going to apply the product, dragging it up my eye, and then putting it all over my lid, or halfway through my lid, sorry. And then I'm gonna I'm going to spray again so that I can wet my brush again. English, Baba Mulume. So I'm going to wet my brush again when I do the other eye, because the brush does kind of dry out when you're busy applying product on it. I don't know why today the spray is refusing to spray. So can you see just how quick it is? Like when you've wet your brush for your shimmer color to pigment. So what I love about this expensive pink is that you can literally use any other color. So let's take for instance, because today I use the purple. With this one, you can literally move from black, your browns. So I would say this is like a must-have eyeshadow. And once that is there, I'm just going to take my blending brush again and just blend it there so that it doesn't show any harsh lines. Harsh lines, I just mean where it transitions from this color to the other color. Oopsie. And we are done with our eyeshadow. And once that is done, I'm going to wing my eye as always. I'll keep adjusting my camera because at times I can look and I don't see, it doesn't really show what I'm doing. Once that is done, I'm going to do the other eye. And this liquid liner that I'm using here, it's by Essence. I just took out a brush from Wet n Wild liquid liner because the one from Essence is quite thick. The one is quite thick, so I don't really like it. So I just took this brush and I dipped it inside the Essence liquid liner. So if you're doing your wing for the very first time, I would advise that you use as little product as possible, and then you'll keep adding once you've gotten the shape that you want right. And we are done with our wing, and I'm going to jump right straight onto my foundation, and I'm using this foundation by Cryolin. And on that note, I think I'm not going to use that today because I want to do this as quick as possible. So I'm going to use all those 3 foundations on my face. And the reason for that is that when I use this one by Estee Lauder, which is in cinnamon, it doesn't give me a full coverage the way I want it. And it's got like a white undertone kind of type of thing, gray, and yellow. I've got like a yellow undertone. And in this one by MAC as well, it's not a full coverage, and yeah. And then this one as well, it's infallible, and it's too yellow. So I just kind of mix all of them. So I'm going to use my beauty blender, which I have wet, and I'm just going to put all of them right here and then put them on my face. So I will put like a generous amount because, yeah, that's just how much I put on my face so that it lasts the whole day. So though there are those 3, can you see how different those shades look? So I'm just going to dab it on my face. So, as you can see, the product sinks right into your skin than if you were using a brush. You know, sometimes when you're using a brush, when you put the product onto your face, you find those lines of the brush. So this is really like amazing when applying your foundation. And I think it's quick as well. And you know what, guys, sometimes when you're applying your foundation, or this is how I actually feel like people get foundations wrong when they go to the shops, or drugstore as they would call it in America. But yeah, so when you go to your Edgar's and your whatnot, the reason why I think like people always get their shade wrong is because people always want to match your foundation with the color of your neck, which if for some of us who have had kids, our necks never really recovered from the pregnancy. So you find that your face is lighter, but like a part of your skin here, it's a little darker than, you know. But like once you've worn your foundation, you've blended it by your neck, it doesn't really show. So if they give you like a shade that you feel like it's too dark, just request for one shade lighter. And then maybe if you've got money, you can just mix them to the consistency that you want. The way I just love blending. I'm done, but here I am continuing like a zombie. And once that is done, I'm going to use my Clinique concealer in the shade Medium Honey to highlight under my eyes. And I am running out. So this just helps for me to have that different dimensions on my face, so I don't look the same all over my face or round. So yeah, this just helps to add dimension. So once that is done, I just like fanning it a bit, just so that when I start using my beauty blender, it doesn't come off. And so when you do the nose, just pinch it. Once that is done, I am going to contour with my D14 by Cryolen. I'll use that to contour, and I am going to be using, so this brush, I got it when I bought this other palette by, okay, no, let me use the Wet n Wild brush. I think it's their blending brush, and this is how it looks like. So I'm going to use that to contour my nose. So when contouring your nose, you kind of drag it here from like under your eye like that and bring it down. If this is your first, I would advise that you don't put a lot of product on your brush, because if it's too much, you might find it very hard to blend. Once I've snatched that nose, I'm going to take my beauty blender again and just go closely to my contour. Can you see it's already making my nose look thinner? Look at that. So that is how my nose will be looking. So I'm not going to contour the side of my face because I will just use an eyeshadow to do that. So I'm just going to take my powder, which is a TL5. Which I have mixed with my banana powder. And I'm going to dab that. I would advise for you to do your makeup first before you dress up. So what I do is I put the product, try and sink it into my skin. And not leave it for too long to bake. Because sometimes if you look at like celebrities like in America, they do like heavy baking. I don't know how long they leave it for. And you always find that when they take pictures, there's like this flashlight that... I'm gonna apply my liner. And this eyeliner, it's by Essence. It's long lasting eye pencil. So this is not the one you sharpen. This is the one that you roll up. I love it. I love it. It's so dark. This eye is giving me problems today. I'm just gonna apply a bit of powder on it because it removed. And once that is done, I'm going to put on my mascara. This is by Essence as well. I must just use Essence product. I must just do like a review on some of their stuff. And what is this? And this is important so that when you put your lashes, they can blend in with the false lashes. So when you put your falsies, it's always best. I was just brushing my brows there, and I think we are done. So I'm just going to, I did say I'm doing like a very kind of subtle look in my description. So I'm using this lipstick. The other day when I wore it, people really loved it. It's called Pink Plaid by MAC. And it's matte. And once I wait for my lashes to get tacky, because I did say I like them very tacky, because it's easier and quicker. So I've got my hair relaxed and I don't have plaits underneath. So I'm going to use the stockings here. This is for hair. And I'm going to wear it for my wig. Make sure it's lying flat. This hair needs some straightening. It needs some straightening. So I am going to straighten it. After this. So what I like doing, it's just adding the product that I used on my eyes again. Usually the shimmering one, because I feel like it does kind of disappear. I'm starting to believe that I should have used rather a paint pot to prime my eyelids than having used the concealer. Yeah. So I'm just gonna wet my brush once again, and I'm just going to apply that product again. And we are going to take our tweezers and we are going to apply our falsies. So you just grab your lash, close your eye, halfway rather. So sometimes this is what happens. If your tweezers has got a bit of glue, when you're trying to stick your lashes on, it might come out. It might pull out when you release the lash, see? Then you put it, then you position it. And bring it as close to your own lashes or your lash line as possible. And just press it down to make sure it's sticking. And we go on to our other lash. And we are done. I liked intensifying my liner. And yeah, we are done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next videos. Don't forget to subscribe and give my videos a thumbs up. Thank you so much guys for watching, and bye.